A lot of leaders will focus on executing their strategies, their goals, their business, the people around them. They will sacrifice their own health, and that's dangerous because it catches up with you one time or another. My wife has to remind me because we spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on supplements, and we go to proactive medical care, which I'll unpack a little bit later. But she says the phrase that you've probably heard before: you either pay now or pay later. And I agree with her. I'd rather pay now, live a healthy life, than have to pay for it as I get old.
Welcome to Grow Think Tank. This is the one and only place where you will get insight from the founders and the CEOs of the fastest growing privately held companies. I am the host. My name is Gene Hammett. I help leaders and their teams navigate the defining moments of their growth. Are you ready to grow?
Today we're going to talk about a subject that a lot of people overlook. They think that they'll catch up with it later. Today we look at the healthy leader. I've been having way too many conversations with clients and other people that are realizing that they haven't been taking care of themselves. Maybe it's their nutritional plans, maybe it's not working out, maybe it's a combination of these things, maybe it's sleep, just not having the right stress management. We could go on and on and on, but the point is a healthy leader is more productive and effective. Today, we're going to unpack this for you and really give you some insights around why it's so important for you to be a healthy leader. My name is Gene Hammett. I am an executive coach. For the last 10 years, I work with ambitious and really amazing, successful CEOs. You may be asking, why do these people need an executive coach? Well, it's because they believe in that final push, that challenge, and they're always growing and evolving. A lot of people stay the same for many, many years, and they slowly evolve. Fast growth CEOs are required to grow faster than their companies. We also do leadership development to help those leaders and those teams create the right leadership skills throughout the company. There's a huge gap right now between executive leaders and middle management. In fact, a lot of companies that have 20 to 50, 100 employees, they don't do anything about that. They're not very proactive. Now, our clients actually see the value in it, and they invest in their leaders, they invest in their managers, and they help them get the skills. We do this through coaching. It's a very unique element that we bring real coaching to your frontline managers to make them effective leaders. Today, we're going to dive deep into this whole concept of being a healthy leader. A lot of leaders will focus on executing their strategies, their goals, their business, the people around them. They will sacrifice their own health, and that's dangerous because it catches up with you one time or another. My wife has to remind me because we spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on supplements, and we go to proactive medical care, which I'll unpack a little bit later. But she says the phrase that you've probably heard before: you either pay now or pay later. And I agree with her. I'd rather pay now, live a healthy life, than have to pay for it as I get old. There's a fear I have. If I'm really being honest with you guys, maybe you have the same fear, is that when you get older, someone will have to take care of you, and someone will have to do all the things that you do for yourself now, and you'll lose that sense of freedom. I don't want to lose freedom. I don't want to lose my physical freedom, and I don't want to lose my mental freedom as well. And I want to have health for a long, long time in my life. So I know that I need to start planning for that now, be intentional, then wait for it down the road. A lot of people are worried about spending the money, or maybe it's the time. And I think both of those things are really cop-outs. You're sabotaging yourself, because if you're not a healthy leader, if you're not prioritizing your own health, you are losing incredible opportunity to really make a difference in your leadership and really inspire others around you. So here's a couple of things I keep hearing. And I'm not going to name names because I don't want to call anybody out, but I hear people that are realizing that they haven't been taking care of their nutritional plan. I'm not going to say the word diet, but I'm going to say nutritional plan, because they've been eating very haphazardly. They've been eating kind of for the taste and the kind of food that when you go out, you just love to have. And I love to eat as well. But if you eat that all the time, it's going to catch up with you. Maybe it's the extra pounds that you put on. Maybe it's the lack of energy. Maybe it's the ability to, you lose that ability to fight off infections and diseases, whatever it may be, all because of your nutrition is not right. I had a friend of mine who was launching a podcast, and I believe this: food is medicine. She was a pharmacist. And she really inspired me to really look at my own eating and really help me understand and be more intentional about my nutritional plan. I've hired people to help me with my nutritional plan. I've had dietitians and I've had conversations with doctors about these things. I have cut out some things because I was willing to actually do the work. Now, in order for me to figure this out, I will tell you it wasn't easy. For me, I was trying to lose weight. I knew I wanted to lose 10 or 15 pounds. And to be honest with you, I thought that if I could do it myself and that maybe I could just, cut back on sodas, or I could cut back on sugar, or I could cut back on carbs. And I tried a lot of different things. Now I'm 52 and things change as you get a little bit older, but it's still possible to lose the weight. Recently, I came back from vacation and just had an incredible time. And I ate anything I wanted to eat. I wanted to say I ate like an asshole, but I really did just enjoy myself. We were in Europe for a month and we had an incredible time, me and the family. And eating there was something that was really amazing, but I had to pay for that. When you think about what you're eating, you want to be really intentional about all of these things. And so I decided I couldn't do it myself. And I wanted to get to the bottom of why I couldn't lose the weight, why I couldn't, release this extra poundage on my belly. And I went and got a functional medicine doctor. My wife found someone, she got an appointment. I got an appointment with someone in the practice. And it was a pretty rigorous process. And I recommend it to anyone. You don't have to go to Dr. Taz, which is who I went to Center Spring and MD in Atlanta, Georgia. Not getting paid for this whatsoever. I felt like it was a very good experience of proactive healthcare. And it's a very different than going to the doctor when you're sick. I wasn't sick. I just wanted to get ahead of it. We did blood tests. But even before that, we did a couple of hours of her interviewing me about everything from, what am I eating and how am I feeling, my energy levels, how is my sleep, how are my bowel movements, all of the things. And she told me immediately, so sounds like you need to cut the sugar and you need to cut gluten. In fact, I recommend you cutting dairy. Now, if you're sitting here listening to that, that's a lot, right? No dairy, no gluten, and no sugar. Wow. I was committed though. I did right away, decided to just go ahead and lean into this because I was ready to see if that would work, because what I had tried before hadn't. And I was really focused on being the healthiest version of myself, being a healthy leader for not just for myself, but for others around me, and for longevity, to stay around for my family. I'm going to this level of detail and telling you my story because I hear a lot from other people out there that they wish they would lose the weight, or they wish they could get healthy, or they wish they felt different, they could sleep better, less stress, had more energy. All of the things are related to that nutritional plan and really understanding how your body works. One thing I believe is that we're all very individual. You can have a nutritionist that doesn't understand what your unique issues are, and their plan won't work, but it would work for someone else. So you really want to figure out what's your specific plan. The blood work is really helpful. We did all of that, the food sensitivity testing. Mine actually came back because I'm not, don't have sensitivities to anything. I was very surprised by that. But there were some other markers in there that said, gluten and things like that are really not good for you. And so I just accepted that that's just my new future. And I think I've had one piece of gluten, like a piece of pizza or something, in the last 6 months. And I feel amazing because of it. And I feel like I've made a commitment to myself, and I am losing weight. So that's good. But I just wanted to come on here in this podcast to say, what are you really doing? Are you really sick and tired of this extra weight or being unhealthy? Because being a healthy leader will not only give you better decision-making capabilities, it will give you more productivity, more stress management. It will inspire others around you. It will, it is the key to you being the leader that you can be. At the most optimized version of yourself is the healthiest version of yourself. Believe me in that, because if you push this down the road, if you kick the can, you're going to miss this opportunity to be the best that you can be. Now, maybe I'm saying a lot of things that you've heard before. I don't know what it's going to take to reach you, but I will tell you that a lot of my clients, a lot of the prospects in this Inc. 5000 world are getting very serious about their health. They are going to doctors, like I said, getting the blood work, getting ahead of this. They are eating better. They are getting trainers to work out in different ways. When you get a little bit older, I'm 52, I'm still doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I'm still doing weights, but you start thinking a little bit more about mobility. So I have a lot of my clients that are doing mobility type workouts, which is not about gaining muscle. It's about the ability to move and having, a little bit more freedom and ease inside your moving. And that really is a goal. I mean, sometimes putting on underwear, taking underwear off or socks off can be difficult if you don't have the right flexibility and mobility inside what you're doing. Now, I don't have these specific troubles, but I want to make sure I don't have them down the road. But if you're having trouble, you want to make sure you sit down and be honest with yourself about, are you a healthy leader? Are you setting an example for everyone else? I'm going on a little bit long here, a little bit more detailed inside this, telling you my personal story because I want you to, I don't know what it will take to reach you, but I do know that your health matters. And if you think it doesn't, I think you're missing the point here. If you're not healthy, if you're not here, you don't get to lead the company. You don't get to challenge the status quo. You don't get to see the fruit of your labor. Someone else will see it through, or worse, it will all fade away and be gone without you. I know that's dark, but I want to see you create the kind of legacy that you really want. My clients are really up to some big things and they're not done yet. You're probably not done yet either. Being a healthy leader will help you get there. So what do you need to do? I suggest the doctor, the functional medicine, the proactive approach to it with the blood test and the insights around this. Take the supplements and really see how your body feels. It takes months for these things to do. Don't worry 2 weeks or whatever. It takes months and months sometimes. I'm really still trying to work it out and figure it out. And I've still got probably another 10 or 15 pounds to lose. But I will tell you, I feel good at the progress we're making. I feel healthier. I feel more alive, more energetic. And I'm here to give you a wake-up call. If there's anything I can do to help you grow and really have the life you want and be the leader that you want to be, make sure you reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you, get to know you. Whatever it takes, I'm here to help you. I may not have a specific solution. I'm not a doctor. I'm not going to run the blood test for you, but I will recommend approaches for you that will help you and send you in the right direction based on my experience with this. I really appreciate you leaning into this. If you're listening this far into it, you probably know there's some changes you need to make. And I'm here to tell you that it's possible and it's worth it. My name is Gene Hammett. I am an executive coach to amazing CEOs, their teams, and we do leadership development down to the middle managers to help your company grow and help you create the kind of leaders that are exceptional. And that really becomes a competitive advantage. When you think of growth and you think of leadership, think of Growth Think Tank. As always, lead with courage. We'll see you next time.